towers and win the game.
Looking at Team Secret's lineup, easy to execute, click the buttons, you don't have to do anything special, you know, to win the game. And looking at how EG utilizes the last pick, I just don't feel like whenever I see someone like an Underlord, yeah, this is it, this is gonna win them the game, because this is not a hero, especially against the matchup that they're facing.
Well then, if you got any parting words, Peter, because it's looking like it might be a 2-0, so grace us with something, because I think we might not be able to catch you for a game 3 at this rate.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses and a clean 2-0. You don't also agree, right? Right, Jenkins? You see something that Evil Geniuses. Man, I mean, come on! It's an IO Gyrocopter with an Ember Spirit. It's got an Underlord for some sustain.
Yep. See, I do. If this is different teams, if we didn't just witness what we just witnessed, an absolute massacre that was borderline traumatizing to even watch, I think that the draft on EG, you've got more disables, right? I could see them running around as a ball and snowballing with Ember Stun, Gyro Stun, Rubik Stun, Abyssal Underlord. You know, he's got this root. Like, you have all these heroes that have great disables. You can play really fast-paced. Team Secret, they basically just have Mars and then like Bear Root, right? Bear Fear. It's not that great. The problem is, I think the lanes for Secret are great. And if they win the lanes and they snowball, like the panel was mentioning, they can take towers very quickly between the heroes that they have. So it as is true in a lot of games of Dota, it depends on who wins the lanes. It depends on who can snowball from a good early game.
Well, I like Evil Geniuses lineup. I think they got what it takes.
Okay. Okay,
it feels good. Let me just say, Jenkins, it feels good to be casting a series with Evil Geniuses involved where people can't call me biased because Secret slaughters them so heavily that...
This is true.
You know?
This is true. We always get the NA bias card. You see, here's the issue: is I play a lot of pubs, and you know, I play pubs with the NA players, so I happen to know a lot more about the NA players. But I've had the great opportunity to play with these European players while being in Ukraine. Very, very happy about that. Get a bit of insight on what it's like to play against Puppy. And I gotta say, I would literally rather play against anybody else other than Puppy. He plays position 5 puck, and it is not fun to play against. He just somehow loses the lane to me because he had crappy heroes, and then he just is 3 levels above me at the end of laning stage. I don't know how he did it. I literally need to watch the replay. The guy's a goddamn god. I seriously don't get it. Puppy's a menace.
Well, Jenkins said it's going to come very much down to the laning phase here, which is something that Evil Geniuses, what I liked about their draft here is it felt like they learned from game 1, and I was just surprised by their approach to game 1 because I haven't seen a single team like take a very clear split pushy slower approach to the game and manage to come out with a victory, right? Everything seems to be very much snowbally, very much about team fight, you taking early objectives right now, and this time they do have some team fight. This time they do have some fast heroes that want to be able to fight, but as you were saying, Secret may still have the advantage when it just comes down to the early game. It just all depends on how these laning phase go and whether or not Evil Geniuses can actually protect their towers nice and early.
And that creep that was following Zai there, that was very convenient for splitting that rocket barrage damage there.
Yeah, it certainly was. Otherwise, there's a small chance that he could have actually died there.
And you can see
look at him, he dodged. He dodged most of the rocket barrage damage there. That was beautiful from Zai. Went outside of vision, did a nice little ring around the Rosie.
Blocks the camp too. That's interesting to see that he does that. Giving the Phoenix level 2. Yepster's level 2 now. He's got the crown, 400 gold, and he's huge.
And we're seeing a lot more of this where the offlaner kind of screws off from the lane and gives the support that second level. If you're with the Tiny, if you're with the Phoenix, it feels like it just looks a lot better when that support gets that fast because they're so weak at level 1 for some of them.
Think about if you have a Phoenix in your lane, like how do you lose the lane? Like this guy dies at level 1 because he's just got fire spirits. Are you gonna die because Mars is level 1? Like is that gonna lose you the lane? I feel like Mars is pretty good at level 1. Tiny as well. Like you get the avalanche toss and all of a sudden you're incredibly powerful. Same thing with like Batrider, Pudge. These heroes have these ridiculous level 2 spikes. Like it just makes sense to give them those levels no matter what their farm priority is.
Well, this mid-lane matchup has got to be really difficult for GPK and the Ember Spirits, and while he has done very well for himself, I think, in this initial 3 minutes, he's eventually going to start losing it pretty hard, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's already doing quite well. I feel like the bear, the physical damage between the bear and the hero, as well as like Matumba's starting items, like he went for a Blades of Attack rush, he has a Blightstone as well. It's a lot of physical damage, right? So I do really feel like that should be a Lone Druid favored matchup, and you could see he is picking up steam, but you know, GPK is very good at this Ember hero. I think.
Oh, wow. They're even going to give the Absol level 3 here, so he's going to get the level 2 Fire Spirits, that big damage upgrade.
Dude, this is just Liquid. Like, this is what Liquid does. Secret is a team that does a little bit of everything. That's what's so interesting about them. I think somebody was mentioning on the panel about, I think it might have been Brian, he was mentioning that Secret, they'll split up in this way where they are controlling really the most aggressive areas possible of the map, but split. Like they'll have a 2 and a 3 split, as opposed to 5. OG is about all 5. Secret will do the same thing as 5, but they'll also do a 2-3 split. Like they seem to incorporate everything quite well, which, once again, not human. That is inhuman.
Yeah, and then that's kind of what has kept them on top for so long, right? Is that the various things that teams do well, Secret seems to incorporate it into their play style, and so they very rarely do. They just don't seem to get knocked down. GPK, they give Yapzor the early level 3, and he rotates in to kill GPK.
Do this.
Cool, really cool that he uses that level 3 to do that. Not often you see a rotation like that from a Phoenix, but with the levels that he has in Zai,
tower is under attack.
I was gonna say maybe he's fine up here, but EG's doing a great job zoning him.
Yeah, they're even going to go for the kill, but they got the spear. They only get a little bit more damage from Rocket Barrage, and if anything, Evil Geniuses, they press too hard. The Icarus Die does actually hit crit there, but they had enough regen to be able to survive. And, you know, like, it's cool the Yapzor is able to do that and everything, but how many offlaners do you think would be willing to put up with this kind of treatment, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, nice spear. They're going to go for the kill here onto Arteezy, but another round of Fairy Fires, this one coming from Arteezy. We'll keep him alive and healthy for now, but they're certainly going to need some regen coming in from one of those couriers.
Gyro IO, such a pain to deal with. Like it's really hard to have any kill threat on these heroes if they're playing well. And you know, you're laning against Crit and Arteezy. Like, he's going to have the Fairy Fire. He's going to have the salve ready to go if you ever try to go on him. But they're gank here on mid lane.
Yeah, they want to be able to stop this Ember Spirit from getting his level 6, it seems.
Hard kill, though. I mean, the first kill I did not expect. You don't see that.
Sure.
But at level 5...
Oh, he's going to go for the courier instead. He's like, okay, maybe this kill is a little bit too hard to get.
Do this.
GPK is playing very defensive while he's trying to get his level 6. Okay, as I say that, he's going to try and make a break here for the power rune, the toss over of the bear onto Matumba Man himself. But now, GPK is just going to get run down.
Double root from the hero.
Beautiful. Matumba Man staying in front with the bear, body blocking GPK the entire way, and eventually he'll get another root, and eventually he will get the second kill of the game on the same man. GPK dies once again, and maybe even Fly's gonna die here, because they can dive the tower if they really want to, but no, it's not worth it. Better to push in the mid lane, get this creep wave killed before GPK comes back in. Ramses, meanwhile, has done very well in CS. Can he actually stay out of vision? Oh, slips right on by. They don't see him. You know he's somewhere around here, but he's going to make a break for it.
Oh, man, if he gets the courier.
Side. If he gets this courier, it'd be really, really freaking funny. Oh, one-shots it beautifully. Courier does not give you your passive. It doesn't give you any damage.
That's interesting. I would... if you asked me, I would say that it probably does. So good to know. Learning some Dota mechanics here. Yeah, very nice from Ramses. The juke, and I like the fact that he chose to stay. I think if he goes back, it's just putting him behind by a...
I mean, they're just leaving Zai out to hang and dry here, and Zai is still, man, he's gotten level 5 against this dual lane, while Yapzor is constantly mid. GPK doesn't have a lane to finish up his level 6. He's gotten half a level in the last, like, minute and a half.
Sure. I mean, you know, this does kind of make sense when you think about Mars's job in this game. we were looking at the draft as they were picking, and it's like, they just need some sort of setup, right? Like, they have this crazy AA Phoenix. This already does a ton of damage. They have Lone Druid Morphling. These are greedy heroes. These are greedy heroes that are going to do a lot of damage. They need some hero to start things. They need some hero to just put something on the ground that will set up for the teamfight ultimates of the two supports of Secret. So just give him some levels. That's all he needs.
Oh, Yapster's going to go for the courier and for the kill. That's disgusting. Takes a couple of tier 2 tower shots. Does manage to get the fire spirits out. Fly's going to try and control up that bear. Ramses, though, still taking too much in this damn bear. It's a nuisance. Somebody get it off of him. GPK, they try and come in, try and finish up the bear itself, and then maybe they could have gone for the kill on Matamba Man, but it takes too much. He gets the fear off, and he's away. He's fine.
By the way,
give up the gold.
By the way, top lane, Zai canceled the TP. He canceled the TP of Crit, who was TPing in to save him.
Oh, wow.
Must have speared him long range.
Very clutch spear, and, well, chased away from the creep wave once again, but still not dying in this situation where most of the experience early on went to Yapsor, and he's still recovering just fine. Maybe not net worth, but levels. He's still doing fine anyway. Secret do have a 1,000 net worth lead. They do need to push down. What is happening, man? Yapsor knows where all the couriers are.
Animal abuse, man. What is this? Give it a break. You know the great thing is, like, giving him such a good early game means that he can pull this shit behind enemy lines. Like, he's got so many levels and items.
Zai gets off the spear to the one solo tree that's there, and Arteezy's got to be chased away here. Not in danger of dying, certainly, but still failing to get the kill on Zai, who they really just want to kick out of lane as quick as possible, but cannot seem to do it. He is just frustratingly always there. As once again, keeps his distance just enough to be able to stay outside range of that second blast. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Puppy going to be chased down by GPK. Good kill if you can get it, and he certainly does. Jumps away to his remnant, so nicely played by the mid laner of Evil Geniuses, the stand-in GPK.
Yeah, they need him to start making moves like that, I think. This lineup from Secret is just... it's so greedy. I mean, then again, you do have Arteezy, who's farming quite well in this top lane. They're keeping as much pressure as they humanly can onto this Mars. You know, Gyro IO, it's hard to lane against, but not the most.
Managed to get the arena out. Looks like they're going to go for the kill onto Arteezy with the Ice Blast coming in. Zai keeping him at bay there. Bulwark and a push back, but Crit, he's going to be in some trouble. Matamba Man, he's going to try and hunt him down with a bear. Can't quite reach him, so instead going for Arteezy. The bear is now no longer disarmed. Matamba Man's close enough. They just need a root, but it's underneath the tower here. Still going to go for it, though. He got the last hit that he was going to go for. Turns out to be a root. He started running backwards, then he was like, oh, wait a minute, I got him.
Good. Yeah, he's stoked about that. He's like, oh, okay, all right. He was not trusting in Gaben there. And Gaben delivered.
And I was going to see, like, the one good thing for Evil Geniuses is they haven't actually lost a tower yet, because it is very important to Secret's lineup, right? But now they just got the kill on the Gyrocopter, and they're surrounding this tier 1 atop. But you can see Ramsey's actually pushing in mid during this time, so he gets a lot of damage in. That's actually going to die. GPK, he's going to come in and see if he can kill these supports. Yapsor does have his level 6, but he doesn't have the mana to support his Supernova, so he's going to die, and it looks like Puppy's going to be chased down. GPK taking advantage of all that pressure in the top lane to lend a helping hand to Ramses, getting the mid tower, getting 2 kills.
Yeah, great activity there from GPK, and I think this Underlord going mid is... It's interesting, right? It's like you don't expect this hero to rotate at this point in the game. It's like you're an Underlord. Like, mid doesn't make any sense unless you're holding the tower, but he's making an aggressive rotation. And that's the thing. It's because he doesn't want to be bot versus a Morphling. This is not a good lane. No. And if he's playing with the Ember, they can actually get kills. They can actually pressure the tower by just running at it and killing anybody who shows up. If it's not 5, you can take the tower. So really great call from them to go for that play.
Also, he's the best hero to stand in front of Lone Druid pushes, right? And when they made that trade-off, Ember Spirit was suffering mid lane, and he was going to get pushed out of the lane, and then you're going to have that Lone Druid taking that mid tower, so they say, okay, Ramses, you're going to sit here, you're going to defend this mid tower, and did that and better by being able to take the opposing tower. Fly is certainly dead. He knows it now, but he was surrounded by heroes on all sides.
He did stat morph, I think, so he's got a lot of HP.
I was like, why is he so tanky? Then I saw 1,300 HP. Yeah. Stole that one for the Morphling.
Definitely great against this magic damage from Secret. That took a lot more to get that kill than I think Secret were hoping. They didn't have to use the Mars ulti though, so that's always fantastic.
See, GPK is going to be building into just the early stats. Not atypical whatsoever, just going for the drums, trying to be as active as possible, because they know that's a scary thing about Lone Druid and Morphling. It's like they're cores and they feel good late game, but if you're strong enough to win fights early, they're so good at destroying towers, right? They're so efficient at it. Lone Druid has this demolish.
For sure.
Morphling can just go full agility if he feels safe.
Yeah, there are definitely some games where having this like dual core lineup, you know, Morphling, Lone Druid, where it can feel really unfair if you don't have a way to pressure or a way to stop them from farming. Like if you pick some counter to Morphling in the laning phase, for example, it's a lot different.
Oh, look, a spider.
It's disgusting. Get this off my screen.
And away it goes. And away, potentially Puppy goes. GPK throws down a defensive remnant while he goes for this kill. For some rotations, good enough for him.
He's got his boys to protect them. All right, this is going to sound extremely specific.
Okay.
And that's because it is. But I want to point out that Zai went for Tranquil Boots on Mars. And one thing that I've noticed watching a lot of his replays is that his boot selection, it's never the same boots on the same hero. Like you'll see Phase Mars, you'll see Treads Mars, you'll see Brown Boots Mars, you'll see Tranquil Boots. Like, well, I haven't seen him do Tranquil's Mars, but he did it in this game. This guy is very game dependent on what item build he goes, even with boots.
I have seen him do this before, and I think it was with Mars. Maybe it was a pub or something, but he did it with the Soul Ring as well, right? Because it no longer gives that health regen. And so, especially if you're having a little bit of a rough game, if you're using Soul Ring, it just means you're always low and always susceptible to a kill. But here, he's able to remain at his peak, 1300 HP, even if he is only level 7.
Right, and you have some guys that are, did he still clear? Bulwark.
That was Bulwark steal. Good, well done by Zai. You can always tell the best Mars players or Phoenix players or something like that, they are aware of a Rubik on the other side.
Just to break down this extremely specific boots thing even more, I think a big reason that he did it in this game is you have Lone Druid Morphling to frontline anyway, so he doesn't need to build to tank and frontline, and that's why I think that they sacrificed him in the lane too. Like he literally just needs to drop the arena and press his stun and set up for his team.
Right. So
like he can play like a support basically, and it's fine.
He's an initiator / protector for the egg.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. He's got a very simple role in this game. You have this, well, outside of the laning stage. The laning stage, not so simple. That was kind of hard. But now it's easy. It's like, all right, guys, I did my job. I'm a support now. And he's got a Lone Druid to go in. The Bear has 1,000,000 HP. The Morphling has tons of HP if you stat more.
And it does make me wonder how quickly he'll try and rush the Blink Dagger. Once again, Bulwark stolen by the Rubik.
Double damage.
Drums seems okay too, just for the move speed.
Yeah. Relocate coming in. Zai. How's he going to respond to this? Throws out the arena, throws out the spear. It whiffs, and he does go down, but he's caught all these heroes inside the arena. The Ice Blast going down. Crit is not going to be able to relocate RTZ out of here, but Ramsey is here to create some distance. Does manage to get the Pit of Malice to slow down these heroes, but GPK is out of mana. How did that happen? Looks like he committed a bit too much, and now Man, he's just going to have a field day with this. Just keeps on running at heroes, keeps on hitting them with the bear, and eventually more kills will be had.
So the problem with relocating to the mid lane is that no matter where the enemies are on the map, like there is going to be somebody adjacent to the mid lane, right? It's literally the middle of the map. There's going to be somebody in the jungle, somebody in the triangle, and then there's also the towers that are insanely close together to TB2. So that's often why you'll see these relocates that are into side lanes. Like they're just so far away that you can't get to the relocate location to help the guy come out. But the mid lane,
hard to react to, right?
Right. The mid lane is very different.
Yeah, especially, so maybe inherently that wasn't a good idea. Not only the mid lane, but also Mars, a hero that literally says, sorry, you have to sit here in this area for a while.
Here. Yeah, I get what they're trying to do. Like this is the guy that is having a rough game, and he's a core, so he's kind of like the highest value guy that they can consistently kill, so they go for it. But
and like we talked about, he's the egg protector, and he's also their best initiator. Oh, I tried to get the preemptive spear. GPK is still gonna get caught with the Ice Blast, and Nisha rolling in all over him.
I love watching Zai stream because of this sort of shit that he goes through. Like, it's just so silly, but when it works out, it's so cool.
He always goes for those next level plays, and well, Breast Secret, they're gonna focus on the easy play. That's Roshan. They've already built themselves up a healthy net worth lead. What? It's all of Secret missing neutral items? All the tier 2s coming back in, or they just...
I guess they don't they don't need neutral items, neither does Fly.
They must have gotten, yeah, they got Royal Jelly. Did they get another passive? I don't see a Mango Tree.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they haven't dropped it.
Maybe they haven't dropped. They haven't really been jungling that much.
That's true.
They've been just sitting in lanes, which is a good problem to have. EG, they've been jungling. I think Gyro and I have been doing a heck of a lot of jungling.
Dire's top tower.
So you're right, by the way. He is rushing the blink. Not going to delay that anymore. Just do what it just lets him do his job. I think probably blink into BKB.
I can't believe where he's at on the map right now. Jesus. Nobody from Evil Geniuses somehow runs into him. Instead, they're going to run into Yapsor, who's trying to get off the map, trying to float away, but he's stuck. The Rod of Atos, Pit of Malice combination keeps you there for a very, very, very long time. So
I love this Underlord build. It's so much more active. Like, this is the only build that you can do on him where the hero actually feels like you're doing something that's not just standing in front of the enemies.
Yeah.
And he can do that, but
they're really going to relocate and join into this mid lane, kill the Ancient Apparition, and I think they're just going to leave the Eye or die here.
Oh, they see the little spot there.
So that was actually one of those. It was like simultaneously defensive relocate and offensive. They get RTZ kill, and he gets away from that sticky situation that they were in. Fire Spirit stolen is going to be really big to try and protect against the bear, but it's not doing a whole lot against a Mask of Madness bear, it seems.
I mean, Tom is doing a lot of damage. This is just the result of him snowballing from this matchup that he's in, as well as Yapsor ganking the mid lane.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they really did identify, like, okay, we don't necessarily have the best disables to be able to control up Ember Spirit, unless Lone Druid is doing really well for his game. If he does really well for his game, he takes those early towers. That gets us a net worth advantage. Evil Geniuses, meanwhile, they identify, okay, if we could stop Zai from getting his Blink Dagger, that'd be really big, because he's their best source of initiation. He's just going to solo up Ramses. He's going to die, and Yapsor, sure, he's dead in return, but he's like, that was mega worth, my goodness.
That's just a solo kill.
485 gold.
He's supposed to be the tankiest man. He's not the tankiest man. I guess suppose that's the problem with this Atos build, is you can get literally solo killed by the enemy position 4.
Yeah. What level is the Phoenix? Where would he put his skills into? I wonder how high level of a Sunray he has. Yeah, 2, 4, 4. He's got maxed out Sunray already.
Yep. Meteor Hammer, going for that halberd next.
And he's going to come back. He didn't use the Supernova because he was like, well, it's level 1. I'm going to die anyway to a Gyrocopter.
Yeah, he's got the attack speed.
With the tome he's got now, he's going to be having a level 2 Supernova in whatever team fight happens next. Evil Geniuses. Feels like things are beginning to get out of control, but maybe with the BKB, there goes a lot of damage, right?
Yeah. It's I'm wondering where like the damage comes from on these two cores. You know, this Lone Druid and the Morphling. Really, I think you have the damage to kill.
They run into each other here, and the initiation goes off first from Zai. Managed to get the arena with 3 different heroes. He locked in Ramses too, so Ramses won't be able to Gyrocopter them out of here very quickly, especially with Matumbaman coming in to try and finish off the job. The Essence Ring is going to be able to bail him out. They're going to try and focus on Matumbaman. Maybe not, actually. He's so tanky. GPK was going for Zai. Ramses was eventually run down by Nisha, and he's going to get Fly as well here. Wait for him up in a second. That'll surely kill him. Back over to the side here where GPK gets veered up into the spear. 3 dead on the side of Evil Geniuses, and tower soon to fall.
Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, the thing is, the difference between this game and the last one is RTZ is playing a hero that actually likes getting a rapier. So when we're this far behind and we're talking about rapier, it's not so much of a meme. It's actually quite good, but usually when you go for it on Gyro, it's like BKB Satanic Rapier, and I don't know if he's going to get the Satanic, and I don't know if
I don't know how many 22-minute rapiers I've seen in my life, and it feels like that's what they need right now to turn this game around. As Secret are currently taking down a melee barracks.
Dire's middle tower.
And there's not a damn thing Evil Geniuses can do to stop it, it seems. Sunray.
Dire's top tower.
Keeping it back. Nice spear into the range barracks that almost brings down Ramses. He's going to be saved once again by the Essence Ring. Gets off the Pit of Malice, holds in Nisha. Meanwhile, Matumbaman is going to be run down his range form here. They're going to deal with the Supernova as well. There's the arena. It blocks out the last 2 shots that saves the egg. keeping YapzOr alive and forcing Evil Geniuses out.
Usually the combo works the other way. Usually the egg is in the pit and you have just all this disruption that's happening. But perfect placement there. It's perfect also that Arteezy and Crit are standing obviously together because they're IO Gyro, so they're going to be on one side of that. Maybe it dies if there's a couple of people in the actual pit, but...
Going for Ramses this time, he dies the mech. I think it might have been a bit too slow there from Crit, or maybe that was just that much damage from Nisha. Not sure which at this point, because he is super far ahead of everybody else. Now he's going to turn into a Gyrocopter, running into them. Telekinesis, but that's the only hard stun they have. The rest of it is just some various shackles, and that doesn't really stop a Morphling from cruising around and morphing in his strength when he's in danger. And that was what I was going to bring up at some point. It's just like, you have percentage-based damage from Underlord, but you don't have any to save, like you don't have any stuns to ever catch this guy and be like, he's in agility form, kill him.
That's true. They don't have the instant disable other than Rubik, but the Rubik lift is not super long duration until it's like ultra late game.
Yeah.
Then it's pretty good, but...
And highly unlikely that just a telekinesis is going to be enough.
You need follow-up, but there isn't really any follow-up other than the Rocket, but when Rocket is your best follow-up, then, you know, I can understand why these odds are near 3-2-2. Another meme number. I am a huge fan of the meme numbers.
Radiant's top tower.
You have Weed, you have Throwing, you have the other one.
Have you heard of number magic?
Like 69 times 420 is equal to 1337, that sort of thing.
I think it's called numerology.
I have heard of that, yes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Can't even get the tier 1 tower before Nisha on the hunt. One's Crit. Wants to take away that relocate. Crit separates himself, retethers himself onto the Rubik. But eventually he will be found. Another tether up in 3 seconds. That is far too long, though. And my goodness, look at Matama Man. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. The rest of his team is on the other side of the map, but they're coming. And Matama Man is so tanky, it's going to take so long to kill him that by the time they do turn around, boom, there's Zai. Spear first into the arena.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a great combo. That's a hard one to pull off.
That is one that was hard. Like, you almost couldn't pull that off before, but then they sped up the arena.
You couldn't. It was impossible before. Now it's possible. But I can tell you, man, I sat in practice lobby trying to do that. You have to basically be spearing them when they're behind you and catch them with like the AoE, the radius of them, and then instantly press it on the ground. The ultimate. It's not easy to hit that, especially against an Ember. It's you have to get the angle. It's instant reaction time that you need to have.
Zai searching for that spear to catch somebody out of position. May have just put himself in a nasty position, but he does manage to get the Glimmer Cape. Not enough to be able to save him. So, Evil Geniuses, they have an opening here. They got a kill. They kill the bear even.
Arteezy's going for the Scotty to try to counter the Morphling heal. We talked about, like, how do you burst this hero down? I suppose that's something. That's a way.
Yeah, like they don't have an option really to burst him so much as they just have to, like...
He changed it to a Lincoln Sphere, actually. He's trying to...
Oh, really?
Or maybe it was a Lincoln Sphere before, but that's the... It's a classic thing that people do as the Gyro versus the Morphling to prevent him from morphing into you.
Sure.
Becoming a better Gyro.
Sure.
But it feels defensive.
Yeah, you still have like a damage issue, right? Relocate to the other side of the Phoenix, but he still managed to get off the Icarus side. He pops his BKB now. The rest of the team backing away from the Supernova, but they've lost Crit. They've lost... Oh, okay, they do manage to steal Ice Blast. They can get away with that spell intact. It would be kind of nice. He's going to throw it out now. Try and go for the Morphling. Nisha may not be expecting this one. A big blast, and it looks like he's going to go down. A big kill for Evil Geniuses, all thanks to Fly. Now they're going to be able to kill that bear. That's a second death onto the bear. Meteor Hammer drops right on top of Arteezy. But, the arena save. Could this actually bail him out? Managed to get the kill on a Fly. Matama Man on the run. GPK, he is not able to chase, it seems like. And that... Zai just saved him. Zai just got his carry out of there. He very likely will die in this situation as he spears up Arteezy. But a sacrifice well worth.
Arteezy?
He actually dies to YapzOr. YapzOr, he's cruising on out of here. He still has the Heaven Halberd as well, so they have nothing left in the tank to be able to chase him down. Woo. Ooh, that 3-4 duo of YapzOr and Zai.
Dude, that was some nice Dota. I hate to be that guy that's, you know, we all saw that, but Zai, how do you mechanically do all of these things within one game? That baffles me. Usually it's like somebody does one thing that gets clipped on, put on Reddit or whatever. It's like Zai, he just does it in every single team fight. Wow. The saves, the spears. I agree with LD. It's really impressive.
I was trying to reimagine that clip. He's gonna do it. Wow. And then the keyboard click on E. And then I was trying to think if that was Zai and his moves, but it doesn't really work.
It doesn't work. He's doing really sick shit.
Actually, you know how that works? In fact, it works exactly perfectly in this game.
The bulwark.
Him stealing the bulwark every single time.
He's got bulwark! Oh my god, he's a genius! Zai's a fucking god! No, but he's owning this game. We're not.
He's completely countered the Rubik.
Yeah, we're not.
Look at him do it. He's gonna do it.
I can get behind people saying like, oh, you know, you're hyping too much up some tier 2 situation.
I mean, you're not gonna hype up Secret. Like, what the hell are you gonna hype up?
Exactly.
You know,
like these, it's. Oh man, they're just too good. I don't know. I like EG. They're from our region. You know, but it's Secret. They're AI. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it until the AI eventually kills me. And they get the ability to do so. I don't think they've learned to do that yet. They're too busy killing in Dota.
Well, let's hope they just keep focusing on Dota. That's why it's important that somebody does take down Team Secret, so they still have more challenges within the game of Dota 2. Otherwise, they turn to real life.
Radiant's
just like Jarek said,
is under attack.
I mean, these
gotta throw those psychotic tendencies into the video game, right?
You do. A lot of sociopaths in Dota. They do a great job.
Spear back into easy kill. So Ramses does not have buyback. Evil Geniuses now have to play a 4 versus 5 when they couldn't even play a 5 versus 5 before. Now it's a 3 versus 5, making that a 4 versus 5 with a buyback of the Rubik here. GPK doing his best to be able to delay, but Evil Geniuses, they need to call on a miracle. They need to call somebody from the heavens down to be able to save them here, and maybe that's going to be RTZ and Crit with Relocate, or maybe not. Maybe they're just going to TP in and slowly walk in against Megas. That's weird. Okay. That's a 30-minute Megas. Even if Evil Geniuses kill Secret at this point in time, I'm not sure how hype I can get about it. They're going to try. Ancient Apparition gets shackled up, but Ramses, okay, Supernova right in front of their bases. Evil Geniuses, they're trying to go back in, but look at Zai, he's ready to pounce, ready to spirit away anybody who would dare to threaten YapzOr. RTZ healing up a little bit, Crit does manage to get him back to the fountain, but Nisha just standing strong through all of this. GPK stuck inside the arena right now. The Ice Blast does manage to land onto him, dodges the spear with the Sleight of Fist. That was pretty nifty. They're going to relocate back into this position here. They've already joined in. The BKB going off from Batubaman into the range form. Looked like RTZ can actually get this kill, but what about Nisha? Nisha going to the back lines, quickly deals with the Rubik, catches him, stuck inside the Firestorm, going to be taking a healthy amount of damage here with the rocket coming in. He eats the cheese. Here comes a Meteor Hammer right on top of the Gyrocopter, bumped back by the Adaptive Strike as well. Nisha looking to be able to get out. No, he's going to stick around, deal a little bit more damage. Yule Scepter up in the air, back into the pit he goes, still rooted up. Ancient Apparition, meanwhile, GPK, he just deals with him. Okay, GPK immediately going to be able to buy back, go for Nisha. Nisha, 1 versus 4, trying to do what he can. Eventually, he will be dying here. Evil Geniuses do hold. And they're still Megas.
Okay. Oh, well, 72 seconds.
Yeah?
If this wasn't 31 minutes into the game, I'd say they can go down mid and end, but it's 31 minutes.
Yeah, if they weren't down 17,000 net worth, if there wasn't 32 minutes into the game, if there wasn't tier 2s up everywhere, Evil Geniuses could run down mid and maybe have a small chance at taking thrones. But
you did list off a lot of things there. That was a lot of things. Too many things to deal with.
All right. Relocate in, YapzOr.
See you.
Off map, bitch.
That's not fair.
You can relocate anywhere on the map. But what if I go off the map, Jenkins?
Wait, how did Arteezy's career die? I think it died to creeps, maybe.
That is entirely possible as we watch through this replay again and how Evil Geniuses, just through a multitude of like good options, right? They managed to barely save RTZ with the relocate back to the fountain. They play into a second life. RTZ held onto his BKB and came into the second part of the fight with that BKB. And they cleared out everybody else except for Nisha. left Nisha for last. Because they know they just can't burst him down. It's a long slog, so they pretty much have to deal with him being there constantly, root out everybody else before they can all focus on bringing the big boy down. And they did do that.
Okay, that's that. Yeah, I think Arteezy. If we
where's the divine rapier?
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're thinking.
We will. There it is.
There it is.
That's all you can really hope for. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate your courier dies to creeps, but I suppose it'll take a couple of minutes to farm that extra gold. Secret's looking to end though. They don't want to let him get a rapier. We're not going to take a 70-minute game.
Yeah, Secret's looking at the clock. They're like, it'd be nice to have an early night. You know, go to sleep before midnight. Maybe we should try that, boys. Okay, let's go ahead and put evil geniuses to sleep, shall we? Put the pillow over their head.
I don't know if that's sleeping, Cap. I think that's something else.
Only dreams now, evil geniuses. Only dreams.
You will dream of darkness forever.
Arteezy on the front lines, gets speared away from Crit. Crit to have the tether back up, heals up Arteezy. Arteezy throws down the covering fire there with the ultimate. Matumbaman in his bear form, you could see he's trying to do what damage he can. Nisha, meanwhile, he went into a Gyrocopter and started laning damage into the tier 4s and flat-canned everybody else. And Arteezy, apparently they didn't even need Nisha. They were able to deal with him just fine. Ice Blast caught inside the arena. Ramses is done. Die back for the two of them, and that means it's a GG for EG in Secret. Sure enough, as many people probably would have expected.